Okay, so let's continue where we left off. If you have a graphical user interface in Linux and want to copy and paste the text, there are two methods of accomplishing this. One of these methods is simply opening a file with a bunch of text, selecting the text, and doing the copy paste command. Or you can simply select the text without being necessary to copy it, just select it, any part of a text, and then once you're in the terminal, click the middle scroll button and it will paste any text you select. It's a more convenient and lazy way of performing copy paste. Another thing you should know about Linux: when you type in commands to access different files or directories, make sure that you always type them the correct way, uppercase or lowercase. Linux is an operating system that's case sensitive, so if you type in the name of a file that you know is uppercase with a lowercase letter, the terminal will return an error. So if you remembered earlier, I created a file on my desktop called test. Now if I type in cd test with a capital T and hit enter, it returns the message no such file or directory, because the folder test is with a lowercase. Now if I execute the command again and put T, as you can see now it recognizes what folder I want to access. In a Windows machine you don't have this problem. If we open a terminal in Windows and do the same thing, type in to see the files and folders. So we have here a folder named downloads with a capital D, and if I type in Windows cd downloads with a small d, as you can see, Windows doesn't bother with uppercase and lowercase. It just brings me to the folder that I want. Another thing you should know about Linux is that it doesn't have any concept of file extensions. I have here on my desktop two pictures. One is a JPEG file and the other one is a PNG. And by looking at them, you can't tell which one is a PNG and a JPEG just by the name alone. So if I go into my console and list the content of desktop, and if we want to see what type of file each picture is, we can use the command file and the name of the file. And as you can see, this one is a JPEG file, and it also displays other information about this picture: its size, length, resolution, basically all the information you can get if you were to right click it and select properties. And if we do the same for picture 2, as you can see, this picture is a PNG file. Now you must remember that Linux has no concept of file extensions. It doesn't care if a file is a picture, a document, or an archive. To Linux, everything is a file. To see the content of a written file, a text file, you can use one of three commands. There's the cat command, that outputs all the text within a text file. There's also the command more, which does more or less the same thing. And last but not least, we have the less command. This is the most advanced of the three, and this one enables you to view a text document page by page using the keyboard buttons page up and page down. To exit a file that you're viewing with less command, press Q. And one more thing I want to show you before we end this video. When you create a file or folder, let's say you go to the desktop and create a new file with the name new space file. If you want to access the file using the command change directory, when you type new, you can't simply press the space bar to add a space to it. You have to put /space file in order for Linux to understand that there is a space between the words new and file. If you just type like this, Linux will interpret that you gave it 3 different commands. That's it for now. I'll see you guys later.